Howdy, welcome to Ranger Road Trip. Today we're here at California's Great America. This is in Santa Clara, California, just south of San Francisco, near San Jose. Today we are doing the roller coaster review. We'll go over all of the roller coasters that they have, working counterclockwise from the carousel here at the entrance of the park. The first roller coaster on the tour is adjacent to the double-decker carousel, and it is Goldstriker. This is a GCI wood coaster, and I think this represents their very best work. This is my favorite of all the ones that I've been on. I really like the tunnels, and you're hugging the inside track. There's walls along the whole way. There's some great head choppers, some near misses with the station, some great turns, airtime. This roller coaster really has everything. Definitely the best wood coaster at the park, maybe the best overall roller coaster at the park. The next ride on the tour is Patriot. So Patriot used to be Vortex, a stand-up roller coaster until 2017 when it was transitioned into a floorless roller coaster. Now the ride's a lot smoother and more comfortable now. It's a lot more re-rideable as well, although the layout is a little bit outdated and uninteresting compared with the newer floorless roller coasters that B&M has made. The last corkscrew of this ride, there's some pretty intense injector airtime on the back. It's really weird. On the back of the train. Not a whole lot of people riding this ride today. New for 2018 is Railblazer. This is RMC's monorail roller coaster, single rail coaster as they call it. The color scheme like that. Hopefully they'll be open for Winterfest. It would make sense. So the ride's about 100 feet tall. It's very compact. It's extremely forceful. The ride only lasts about 20 seconds after the drop, but there is some serious power and some serious airtime on this ride. This is a mirror image of the Wonder Woman Golden Lasso coaster at Fiesta, Texas. That one would be the first single rail coaster from RMC, which opened earlier this year. I'll see if I can get to insert a link at the top of the screen for a link to that review. Each element would be the same as that one, except for this is left to right instead of right to left. But your first drop there is extremely intense, and then you go into this dive loop element, and this hill just has extreme airtime, big time power in these helixes, some great head choppers. The thought was that this ride would be a little bit more scenic than Golden Lasso coaster. I can take it or leave it. I like that Lasso coasters over the water. This one does have these rocks that you sort of go through. There's a weird kind of rattle at the end of this ride that isn't on Golden Lasso coaster. This happened to me a couple nights ago, and it happened again today. So I'm not really sure what's going on there, if that's train issues or what there, but this is a really good ride, most intense ride at the park. Definitely you'll want to check this one out as soon as you can earlier in the day, because there is only 8 people per train and the line will get very long. The Demon is an older steel looping coaster, and it has 4 inversions. Has these 2 vertical loops here. Little known fact, these 2 vertical loops were actually added to this ride. This ride opened without them, and these were added back in 1980. The Demon is an older steel coaster. It's got these 2 corkscrews at the back. There's also a tunnel back here. It's a bit jerky, as all older aerodynamics looping coasters are, but overall it's not a bad ride. This is Grizzly. It's an older wood coaster. This is a double out and back coaster. It's actually not running too bad. It's not super violent and rough like a lot of these older wood coasters are. I'm not really a fan of it though, mostly just because it doesn't do anything interesting or special. So you see that turnaround was really lackadaisical. And there's a few hills on the back and forths, but nothing really provides you with much of any airtime. And not real good head choppers. Not really much going good for this ride. The Psycho Mouse is an off-the-shelf wild mouse ride. The hairpin turns at the top of this ride aren't as tense as some of the other wild mouses. They are trimmed just a little bit, not a ton though. Nothing else really to report here. This is the same wild mouse ride that you see at so many other parks across the country. Located in the back of Planet Snoopy is the Woodstock Express. This is a kid coaster, but it's big for a kid coaster though. It's about 25 feet tall. This ride is better than a throwaway ride. Certainly is above that level. It's pretty smooth. It's a steel coaster and it's got this helix in it. I rode it. I just barely fit in the seats. I'm 6'2" and I can just barely squeeze all my legs into the seat, so I'm probably never gonna get to ride this ever again. But if you're in the area and you want to give it a try, go ahead. The second and smaller roller coaster in Planet Snoopy is Lucy's Caddy Cabbies. Pretty typical standard off-the-shelf kids coaster. Do not try to ride this if you're a taller coaster enthusiast. And the last roller coaster on our tour is Flight Deck. This is a former Top Gun ride. It's an inverted B&M roller coaster. It's very similar to the Batman the Rides. The start of the ride is pretty much the same. Start with your vertical loop before you go in a turnaround. Then there's a 0G roll up and over the station. It ends a little bit differently though. There's a helix, there's a turnaround over the water, and a corkscrew in the back. So I think I like it a little bit more than the Batman the Rides. It's a little bit more imaginative. So there you go. There's all the roller coasters of California's Great America in order clockwise around the park, starting at the entrance. Thank you very much for watching. Be sure to watch and subscribe to our channel, and I'll see you next time. This is Ranger signing off from California's Great America.